damn thing.
Hey guys.
Nope, I hate that. I hate how sometimes people can't hear the music, but I can, so I'm fine. Alright, I'm good. Time to send it over.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NXT. I am your host, as always, Scott Silver, and tonight seems like we're opening it up with the one and only, the team that has supposedly been self-proclaimed dominant of NXT, but it's anything but the case.
Making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day, from San Diego, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the Superstar.
Dominic Mysterio in contendership here tonight, accompanied by Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Judgment Day, and this is the first time we've actually seen Judgment Day without the NXT Women's Champion Hayley Hunter by their side. So this is quite an interesting sight to see, not to mention that Hayley Hunter will be in competition here later tonight. But right now we're focusing on Mr. Dominic Mysterio, who hasn't had the best of luck when it comes to a win-loss ratio here in NXT. But he wants to try to do what Damian Priest couldn't do last week and get a win over Kenny Omega. I mean, he looks fairly confident, I can give him that. But stepping into the ring against someone like Kenny Omega isn't an easy task to complete. There's so much in the repertoire of that man that you have to be weary of, that it's going to take a lot more than just a few punches and kicks to send that man down, as seen last week.
And his opponent, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, weighing in at 218 pounds, Kenny Omega.
There he is, the best bout machine, the 5-star classic Kenny Omega, riding off of his win, as we said before, against Damian Priest last week. A very quick match for the cleaner. Will he be able to do it again? Will he make short work of Dominic Mysterio to continue his kind of path to redemption after being unsuccessful in the King of the Ring tournament? Or will he fall to Judgment Day's tricks? We will see very, very soon, as both men gear up to start NXT off strong. Dominic Mysterio, Kenny Omega, both men geared up and ready, opening NXT for tonight. Kenny seems to have the upper hand straight away, sending him into turnbuckle, and a high knee immediately sends Dominic down, but Dominic able to get out of the corner. A high knee from Kenny. I mean, when you look at the prowess and the athleticism and the experience of these two men in this match, drop kick from Dominic, it's very, very clear who has the advantage here. Kenny has wrestled all over the world in many different promotions against thousands of different athleticisms and striking styles and opponents, but Dominic has been stuck in that sense because of whatever he could face in WWE. So when it comes to the knowledge inside of the ring, it's obvious that Kenny has the leg up here, but that doesn't stop Dominic from trying to compare himself and to try to put himself on Kenny's level, because he's still a good person inside the ring. As now Dominic getting the upper hand as Kenny's stuck in the corner, working the arm. That stiff right. Now locking Kenny upside down in the corner. Kick to the midsection. Now just putting his all over his face. Now working the leg once more. Trying to wear Kenny down. Tries to go for something, but Kenny, with the elbows, able to get out of harm's way. But Dominic, again, able to reverse and get the Russian leg sweep down. Dominic now heading top rope. But Kenny diving out of the ring onto the apron, back into the ring. Dominic getting off the top rope to try to do something about it. Kenny hoisting him up, but again, Dominic able to slide out of the way. Now Kenny sent down to the canvas, cover. Kick out at 2. And now frog splash, but no, Kenny rolls out of the way. The 5-star frog splash does not connect. And Kenny now slamming Dominic down the canvas as the rest of Judgment Day look on in disbelief. In almost disappointment that Dominic isn't able to get the job done. Straight to the back of the head. Remember, the referee was hit by one of those moves. And now they're a little bit weary. It's going to take a little bit longer for them to try to do the count. But Kenny trying to get something here, but Dominic slides out of the way. Slams him down again. Now Kenny, now distracted by Rhea Ripley of Judgment Day. Now Dominic capitalizing it with a neck breaker. Tries to get that standing moonsault done, but Kenny slips out of the way and trips Dominic up. What is Kenny looking at now as he hoists him up for the powerbomb? And the knee that busts Mysterio open. Blood now gushing from his skull as now trying to go for a moonsault zone from the middle rope against ended by a drop kick from Mysterio. Kick to the back of the leg. Dominic not letting the fact that his skull's now bleeding be an issue here. And now Kenny could be looking to end this now. One-winged angel! One-winged angel! Middle of the ring! And a kick out at 2. Kick out at 2 from Dominic Mysterio. Now Kenny rolling around to get out of the drag, and the high knee immediately to back to the bleeding skull and gets that standing moonsault that Dominic couldn't. Kenny just doing whatever he can to try to subdue Dominic Mysterio to keep his reign going. Try to go for a clothesline, but Dominic catches him. Sends him into the ropes. Tries to go for a drop kick, but unsuccessful. Hits him with the right, though. And again with those strikes. Hoists him up, ready for a power bomb, and he gets it. Kenny to the outside, and Dominic ready to put caution into the wind. Drop kick sends him to the outside. Tries to go for that standing moonsault again, but again, Kenny steps out of the way as as he can't stay there forever, or else he could get tossed out and cost Dominic the match. Now Kenny, one place you do not want Kenny Omega is the outside of the ring. He is absolutely relentless out there. But now, back in the ring, both men go. And Kenny is looking for the exclamation point once more. But again, Dominic able to get out of harm's way. Hoists him into the corner. Clothesline. And jumps off and gets the DDT. Goes for a cover off the DDT in the corner. But a kick out at 2. Dominic is furious. But Dominic heading to top rope. Could we get it? 5-star frog splash, but again, doesn't connect in the double axe handle from Omega. Working on the knee. And again, distracted by Rhea Ripley. Now Dominic, arm drag. Tries to go, gets that crossbody off the springboard. Goes for a cover off of that. And he does. Off of the distraction from Rhea Ripley. Kenny Omega is beaten by Dominic Mysterio. Judgment Day continues to be a pain in almost every single person's side in the NXT locker room. And this is a perfect example of what can happen. And again, Judgment Day again mocking the tag team champions, pretending to hoist up imaginary belts as we move on to our next match. And now we move on. And now smoke has entered the building. The lights have gone out. That must only mean one thing. The Nightmare. The Prince of Evil. Nixon geared up after an unfortunate loss last week to DIY's Johnny Gargano. Reports showed that he ran into Liam Rogers' office absolutely furious, asking for a chance at facing DIY, and he has been given that very chance. However, apparently, sources have been telling me Nixon refused to find a tag team partner. He believes, and I got this here and I quote, Nixon saying to some official backstage, "I will find a partner when it's absolutely necessary. I can do more damage with my 2 hands than anyone else can, and I'm going to prove that here tonight." So the real question is, will he prove how painful he can make someone's experience in the ring, or will he fall short once more? He waits for the next opponent to come into the ring. And as the announcer said, this is a handicap match. And now we understand why.
And his opponents, at a combined weight of 400 pounds, the NXT World Tag Team Champions, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, DIY.
The current longest reigning champions in all of NXT. Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, DIY. As we previously stated, Johnny Gargano faced him last week in a winning effort, but the week before that, Nixon demolished Tommaso Ciampa, setting him on their radar. So it only makes sense that both of them want to show off the one match that they can't lose in, which is tag team competition. Nixon geared up and ready, starting the match with the man who beat him last week, Johnny Gargano. Bell's rung, it started, and Nixon immediately wasting no time trying to get a hold on, but Gargano slips away and answers with a German suplex. Nixon now tripping him up, trying to work that leg of Gargano super quickly into this match. Now clothesline answered from Gargano. Tries to go for another clothesline, but Johnny intercepts it. Goes for a cover very early on, but a kick out at 1. Gargano tagging out to Ciampa, and that's going to be the big sale point of this match, is the fact that Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, they can tag out to a fresh superstar whenever they like, when Nixon is alone. Catches Ciampa on the apron, gets back into the ring, and immediately thrown out to the apron again by Ciampa. What is Ciampa doing? DDT on the apron! Seems like Ciampa's learnt from his last match that he needs to take Nixon seriously. Immediately, blood gushed open from the DDT to the concrete on the outside. Ciampa was trying to find a good place to put him. Nixon immediately slides out of harm's way, getting back into the ring. Immediately catches him. And the uppercut straight to the skull of the Black Heart himself. And the dropkick sends him down. Good combo there. Brings him up and slams him across the ring. Goes for a cover center of the ring, and Ciampa gets saved by Gargano. Now Ciampa trying to find some kind of way to stay into this. Able to reverse that clothesline attempt as he sends, and the high knee to Nixon as he tags in Gargano. Gargano with the tornado DDT. And something that's good of note here is that no matter what Ciampa or Johnny are throwing at Nixon right now, he's still able to get up quite easily. And that is definitely something to bring out here, as Nixon has one of the biggest resiliencies of the entire roster. So it's really good that no matter what pain he's put through, he's able to get up and keep fighting as a drop kick sends him down to the corner. Hoists him up. Gargano again tagging out to Tommaso. He rolls out of harm's way. And he hurls him across the ring, similar to Gargano moments earlier. And again, broken up by Johnny. Now Ciampa getting the upper hand. And now brings him up and gets the double knees to the back. Double knees to the back of Nixon, cover. But a kick out at 2. Nixon could slowly start to be underestimating his abilities, especially against these two. But again, like we said, to Nixon, this doesn't feel like a big enough event to bring in a tag partner. He could very much be waiting for the upcoming pay-per-view of New Year's Evil to possibly bring in someone. Gargano tried to go for Gargano escape, but Nixon able to hurl out of the way and go answer with a clothesline. Kick up from Gargano, but that won't do him any good as he's sent into the referee. Springboard drop kick sends him down. Rolls into the kick to the chest, immediately being echoed around the arena. Knee to the back of the skull. He meets Gargano on the outside. Now working the arm of Johnny Wrestling. Count of 4 now. K-leg kick. Count of 7. Drop kick. Now Nixon able to get to his feet. Tries to go for a clothesline, but immediately hoists him up and plants him onto his face. Cover, but Ciampa right there to break up the pinfall at 1. Now Johnny, German suplex again. Now Nixon getting some leverage again, tries to go for a clothesline, but Gargano slips away, answers with the neck breaker. Now, again trying to go for Gargano escape, but Nixon able to hold out of harm's way, and a Hurricane Rana immediately answers that call. And now, hoisting him up, center of the ring. Could he get it? But Ciampa right there. And the double knee straight to the skull. Double boots, I apologize. Tries to go for a clothesline, but Gargano immediately gets it, sending Nixon down. Now to the outside, Ciampa, neck breaker. Nixon hoisting him up and getting some strikes in as the crowd goes crazy. Ciampa back in the ring waiting as he's tagging in Johnny Gargano. But now Nixon still showing what he has. Another kick to the chest, but broken up by Ciampa again. And look at Nixon doing some damage on the arm of Gargano. And look at him now, working the leg once again. Submission, but Ciampa there to break it up. with a Nixon sight set on Johnny wrestling. Hoisting him up. Spinning around and hitting him right on the tailbone. Both men back now in the ring. And now Gargano finally locking in the Gargano escape. Locking in the Gargano escape. And almost instantly, Nixon able to get out of it. Runs him into the ropes, trips him up. Hot tag to Tommaso Ciampa. Nixon trying to get some strikes in, but unsuccessful. Throws over. Able to get back in the ring, and the buckshot lariat! Buckshot lariat seamlessly out of nowhere. And now dealing some damage to Johnny Gargano. Straight on the apron. Ciampa now outside to try to deliver some own painful, but no, Nixon getting out of harm will get out of it and sends him into the ring post. Gargano still out, just able to get back to his feet. Ciampa now knee straight to the skull of Nixon. And answering that with a handful of stiff lefts. Count is now at 7. These two need to think about getting back into the ring and quick as Nixon sends Ciampa down. Now focusing some of attention onto Gargano as Ciampa just able to beat the count. And hold on the Hurricane Rana to Ciampa. Count of 3 now as Nixon utilizing one of the announce tables. But throwing Ciampa back into the ring. This is all just as we're doing that. I think Gargano just got back to his feet. They're thrown back into the ropes. Ciampa decides not to do anything with it. And look with the plant! Busting Ciampa open by the skull. Cover! But broken up by Johnny Gargano. Nixon now trying to go for one more plant. And he does. Goes for the cover. But again, broken up by Johnny. Is he going to go for a third? Surely not. He's going to go for a third. And he does the big toss. Cover. Johnny's still there. And the double boots to the skull. Elbow drop. As Ciampa rolls out of the ring. Nixon quickly follows. Try to go for something, but Ciampa answers with a neck breaker. Try to go for a drop kick on the side of the skull, but Nixon rolls out of harm's way. And tries to go for one of his own, but he does the same. And Ciampa! Concrete straight to the spine. Answers with some stiff rights. Ciampa now again hoisting him up and hitting him straight into the skull with that knee. Answers to 8. Ciampa back in the ring and resets the count. And that could have been a bad idea. Now Nixon on the prowl, but Ciampa able to get some strikes in. Nixon again with the reversal. And paying some homage to his general manager, trying to go for some kind of bankrupt maneuver, but then stopped by Ciampa. That big high-flying knee sends Ciampa down. The count of 6 being thrown back in the ring. Top rope. Tagged into Johnny. Doesn't let him phase him. He gets sent into the corner. Gargano, however, very fresh in this matchup. And sends him down face first. Tries to go for something, but a roll-up pin from Nixon. Roll-up pin from Nixon. Roll-up pin and gets a 2 count. Gargano now to the outside. Gets his iconic kick down. Tries to go for a DDT on the concrete, but Nixon getting out of harm's way. Answering with some good shots, but then stops to get back into the ring. Now catching him from behind, throwing him into the ropes. Hoists him up with the power. Top rope goes Nixon. Calling for Gargano to get onto his feet. And gets the devastating hit on the forearm. And again, going for that plant! Busting Johnny open now. But Ciampa breaking things up. This match could quite literally go on forever. But Nixon has other plans as he throws the spine of Ciampa onto the apron. Goes into the ring. This could be Nixon's chance. But no, stopped and reversed by Gargano. Rolls to get another one of those iconic kicks down. Nixon finds the corner. Immediately powerbombed by Gargano. Hit to the leg of Nixon. Looks to be gearing up. And again reversed by Nixon. He's been studying Gargano ever since he's lost to him last week. Gargano hoisting him up and planting him back down. Tagging in Ciampa. For a 2-on-1 handicap match, Nixon's definitely doing what he can to put DIY through hell. Try to go for a fairy tale ending, and Nixon planting his back onto the canvas. Reversing fairy tale ending. But a roll-up pin from Ciampa. Roll-up pin from Ciampa. And he gets it just in the nick of time. What a showing from Nixon, taking DIY, the team that can outdo every single tag team on the NXT roster to their breaking points, busting both of their skulls open, and still able to put them through hell just like he said he would. What a match that was. And now we move on to match number 3. And now we get to be blessed. Our brand new NXT NXT champion. No longer undisputed champion, no longer NXT undisputed champion, because Cody Rhodes changed it back to just NXT champion. My apologies for the wrong calling. Conquering AJ Styles last week. And now tries to continue his new reign.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 220 pounds, the NXT champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes definitely trying to be someone that's on TV more than what AJ Styles was. This belt might not be up for grabs tonight, but Cody Rhodes as a superstar is in competition, is in a match, and we love to see it. Real question, who will he be facing here tonight? Cody Rhodes geared up, ready as he should be. Now the new NXT champion. But who will he be facing tonight? One half of the Dirty Dogs. Robert Roode now smiles upon the NXT universe.
And his opponent, representing Dirty Dogs from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 235 pounds, the glorious Robert Roode.
Robert Roode, quite literally the quickest rise and fall superstar in NXT, able to absolutely dominate for the longest time, getting himself the #1 contendership for the North American Championship, but immediately losing that right to our current North American Champion, Mr. Justice Payne. And ever since then, Robert's been trying to capitalize and get back that starlight, and a win over the NXT champion could very much do just that. Not to mention, Cody Rhodes, despite being the new NXT champion, despite being as cheery as he is, he could very much be in a different headspace after the event of last week. After winning the championship from AJ Styles and celebrating, getting immediately jumped by a debuting Karrion Kross. That could very much still be in the headspace of the American Nightmare. Bell has now rung. Cody wasting no time getting some strikes in, and dropkick sends Robert down. Again the strikes, hoisting him up and planting him down the canvas quite easily. Now Cody, that knee straight to the skull. Try to do some damage to that skull. Able to break out of harm's way. And slams him down. Cody getting some momentum once again. Kick to the midsection. It gets counted. Now, Cody getting some momentum with that forearm in the corner. Disaster kick sends Robert down. And immediately, wait a second, Crossroads! Crossroads to Robert! Crossroads to Robert! Cover! But a kick at it too. What a quick descend. Immediately, disaster kick, then Crossroads. Sends him to the outside. where he quickly follows suit. Now, Rude with the neck breaker. Sends him across the outside area. And planting him in the back. Cody able to get him back into the ring now. That flying forearm again from the American Nightmare. And again, I mean, if you heard the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. As Cody is absolutely on fire as he tries to go for a suicide dive. But Rude able to get out of harm's way. Try to go for a drop kick to send Robert down, but unsuccessful. And now, look at Cody hoisting him up and a power bomb and sends him into the side of the ring. After that, sending Robert back into the ring, calling him to get to his feet as he enters the ring shortly after. Hoists him up. Goes for a cover off of that brutality, but a kick at it too. And the knee busting Robert open. Cody definitely control, and here we go. Crossroads, middle of the ring, goes for the cover, but a kick at it too. Robert showing some really good resiliency right now in this matchup as Cody fired up. Wait a second, Cody cutter, off the Cody cutter, cover. And he gets it. Our NXT champion prevails once again, being handed the championship that means so much to him and his legacy. And wait a second, Karrion Kross attacking him from behind. Picking up the championship. Wait a second, what is he doing with it? Striking Cody with his own championship. Karrion Kross calling a shot and delivering. And now, because of that fiasco, we're able to escort Cody to the back room just in the knack of time. And now, women's competition.
Representing the Judgment Day from Sydney, Australia, the NXT Women's Champion, H. Hunter.
Hayley Hunter, women's competition. We haven't seen her in a singles match for some time. Finally getting a match. Not for the title, as she's gloating being champion. Not for the title, but still in competition nonetheless. And it seems we now know her opponent, Dakota Kai, is here.
And representing Damage Control from Auckland, New Zealand, Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai stepping out to try to step to and face the NXT Women's Champion. Will she get a win here, or will she fall? Bell's wrong, and Dakota wasting no time getting that kick done. Slapping her square in the face. And drop kick to the back. Dakota has shared the ring with Hayley Hunter a number of times in the last number of months. She must have some awareness of what she's capable of, as getting the reversal on the neckbreaker Hunter. And now Hunter with some good athleticism. And now again with the strikes, Dakota. And the shot straight to the skull. Tripped up now. And now, some strikes between the two as Hayley immediately going to the outside. Hayley up on the apron, ready to get back in the ring, but no, drops down. Doesn't seem like she's interested in going to the match as she's starting to walk back up, but then stopped by the number one contender, Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler, and now look at Dakota Kai immediately throwing her back into the ring. Hayley not wanting to continue the match. As Dakota again with the heavy strikes. Shayna Baszler coming out to stop Hayley Hunter from leaving the match. And the high knee from Dakota. Dakota top rope. And the drop kick that Hayley is able to get out of. But the taunting could be her undoing. But she's able to reverse it. German suplex on the outside. Count of 2 now. Both women now back in the ring. Dakota now throwing Hayley over the top rope. Sending her out to the outside. Almost like she's waiting for her to get back in the ring once more. Dakota folding, however, and going to the outside. Being caught by our champion and slammed down to the pavement. Being slammed off the announce table. Sent back into the ring. You have to imagine Hayley Hunter, after seeing Shayna Baszler, the person that won the right to challenge her for her title, must be getting her quite in the irritated mood. She goes for the cover on Dakota Kai, but Dakota Kai kicking out at a 1. That kicks to the side of the head. Goes for the cover off of it, but a kick out at 2. Now try to go for that kick, but Hayley trips her up and answers with a drop kick to the spine. Count. Starting back up again. Hayley going to the top rope. Dakota rolling out of harm's way. and able to get her off that top rope to avoid any kind of damage. Dakota now off the ropes, trying to go for a drop kick, but then stopped up by Haley. Haley immediately turns up and gets the slam done. Uppercut sends Dakota to the mat. Rock slide from the other side of the ring. Goes for the cover. But a kick out of two. What an impressive rock slide by our champion. Almost the completely other side of the ring. Connecting. But Dakota now trying to get that submission in. Locked in away from the ropes as well. Could we see a tap? Could we see a tap from the NXT Women's Champion? Could we see it? But the knee straight to the skull of Dakota forced her to undo the submission. Dakota, however, hoisted up by Haley, but able to get out of harm's way. Thrown over. Both women going hand in hand when it comes to submissions right now. Now Haley looking for it again. Rock slide! Rock slide connects! And gets the victory. Despite the distraction from Shayna Baszler early in this matchup, Haley's able to undo it all and walk out the winner. That rock slide is all it took. But what could be going through the head of Haley Hunter after seeing the #1 contender right up in her face? And now we move on to our main event. As a certain man.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 240 pounds, AJ Owens.
Mr. AJ Owens, one of the hottest commodities here in NXT. Main eventing his first show of the company. The real question is, who will he be versing? And also, might I mention that after the events of last week, after being pulled apart by security, there has been a very big issue stating that if Justice Payne or AJ Owens lay any kind of hands on one another, they will both be fired until they are issued a proper match against one another. Not fired, sorry, suspended. My apologies. But the real question is, who will AJ Owens' opponent be for this match? It's not going to be Justice Payne. Who is it gonna be? Wait a second. The lights have gone dark. Wait a second! No, this isn't right! It can't be! It is! NXT UK Champion and General Manager of NXT, Mr. Liam Rogers, is AJ Owens' opponent. And hold on, I'm receiving a statement made by Liam Rogers earlier today saying, and I quote, I needed to find a opponent for AJ Owens, someone to really prove himself. I have never stepped foot in the ring with AJ Owens, and he is one of the best in-ring performers I have seen to date. I want to see what he's capable of, and seeing that I'm on a different brand, this could be the only way I could face him. I'm not facing him because I want him to lose. I am facing him out of respect. I am facing him to see what he can do. What a statement from the general manager of NXT. Liam Rogers facing AJ Owens to see what he is capable of and to see if he is ready for the big leagues. Win or loss, this has got to be one of the biggest tests for AJ Owens. Both men geared up and ready. The bell has rung. And AJ Owens immediately grasping Rogers and then planting him with a pile driver. Goes for that drop kick off the springboard. Rogers rolls off, try to go for his enziguri. Sends him into the corner. Kick to the midsection, but AJ Owens getting out of harm's way. Sent into the corner again. Tried to go for the high knee, but then gets locked up. Rogers able to find an opening to get out of here. Try to go for another enziguri, but come up a little bit short. AJ Owens now hoisting him up. Slamming him back down. And the cutter to boot. Like we said, Rogers has never been in the ring with AJ Owens. He does not really know his moveset all that well. Try to go for a cutter of his own, and a cutter from AJ Owens. AJ Owens trying to see this opportunity of a lifetime roll-up pin from Rogers. So AJ Owens definitely not holding anything back with a stunner almost immediately. But a kick at it too. Two of the biggest names in NXT history going toe-to-toe in the main event. But now, both men going hand in hand when it came to reversals. Caught up by Rogers. Again, dropped down, and the kick that sends AJ into the corner. Rogers with that high knee finally. Try to go for his iconic signature kick strikes, but then caught up by Owens. Owens now doing some damage. Cover by AJ. But a kick at it too. Now trying to work the arm of Rogers, lessening that power of that clothesline from hell. Smart strategy from the newcomer. And again working the arm. A lot of people know that Rogers' clothesline from hell, one of the most formidable moves in NXT history. So being able to work that arm and stop it from even trying to show up is a very smart move from Owens. Owens trying to go for a stunner. Rogers catches it. And now Rogers. Bankrupt from Rogers. Bankrupt from Rogers. Cover. But a kick at it too. Rogers immediately top rope. But AJ. What does AJ think of doing? But a knee straight. An elbow straight to the skull. My apologies. Sends AJ down. And now working, bending his arms almost in half and answering with the double knees. And now Rogers again, Try to go for a bankrupt, but then caught up by AJ. Neck breaker. And look at AJ. Stunner! Stunner by AJ! Stunner by AJ! Goes for a cover! And gets the victory. Proving himself in the process. And look who's come out. The NXT North American Champion, Justice Pain. And as I said previously, these two cannot lay a hand on each other, or else either one of them will get suspended. Justice Pain holding his championship very proudly. Look at those two staring each other down in the middle of the ring. Look at that. Well, I think that's been enough for NXT for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.